really normal upbringing, but I always felt that there's a crucial part of me missing, the part of me that made me a proper person. And this left me feeling really bitter, really angry, and so sad all the time. When I got older, I tried to fill that hole with things like alcohol, like drugs, and sex, but none of that helped. And by the time I was 17, I was done. I was over it, and I made the worst decision I've ever made, and I overdosed. Thankfully, things happened, and I'm still here today. But I spent the next 15 years struggling through. I saw lots of different doctors. I was on lots of different antidepressants. I saw lots of different counsellors with mixed results. And as I got older, I found a career, I found a husband, and I had children. But I still had that part of me missing, and I didn't know how to fill it. And I decided that's just who I was. Then one day at Kindy, I met a lady who I had no idea at the time, but when she met me, God spoke to her and he said that he loves me. So she came alongside me. She invited me into her home, into her life. She invited me to her church, and she got her Connect group to start praying for me. I'd love to tell you that I jumped at these opportunities to go to church, but I didn't. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't really want to be involved in something a bit weird, so I ignored that. But eventually, after quite a while, I decided to give it a go, and I came and I saw these people worshipping with such freedom and such joy, and I didn't know what they were on, but I knew that that's what I wanted to feel. So I said yes to something finally. I said yes to going to an Alpha course, and there I learned some real basics about what it is to be following Jesus. And I decided that if he was real, I was going to need a Bible. So I prayed and I asked for a Bible. I pictured it in my mind. And then I walked around the next day expecting this Bible to appear out of nowhere, and it didn't. I was quite disappointed. But a couple of weeks later, I was at church again, and my Alpha leader came up to me and she said, "This book's been on my bookcase for months, and I saw it this week, and God said, give it to her." So she came and she brought it to me, and it was the exact Bible I had pictured when I prayed, and I burst into tears. I knew in that moment that it was all real. Jesus was real. God was real. It's all real. So I spent the next few months throwing myself into Jesus, and I learned everything I could, and I loved it. And I slowly began to realize that hole inside me, I hadn't noticed it. Was it gone? So tentatively, I came off medications and didn't notice it. It wasn't there. I began to realize that hole inside me, that was a Jesus-shaped hole, and it had finally been filled. I just want to take a moment to say that if you are struggling with depression, you do need to see doctors, you do need help, but you also need Jesus. So much has changed since then. I've been baptized. My life has turned around for the better, and it's been quite an incredible transformation. Where I used to feel really confused, I now know to look to Jesus for direction. Where I was angry, I've accepted, I've forgiven, and I've moved on. Where I was sad, I have joy now. Where I was just putting on a brave face, I'm now honest. And where I felt that I was not good enough, I now know that it is Jesus that makes me good enough. And that Connect group that was praying for me, I joined it. And I'm one of its leaders now, and I love it. I've stopped running and I've stopped ignoring Jesus' call. God doesn't ask us to always be perfect or get it right. He just asks us to follow him. I hope that you can do that too.
Hey, thanks for watching today. Real stories, real people about how Jesus can transform lives. If this has blessed you today and you want to know more about Jesus Christ and how he can bring a miracle into your life, hey, why don't you contact us at City West Church? We'd love to connect with you, or come and join us on a Sunday at 10 o'clock. Blessings, I'm David Jones from City West Church.